So I've had several requests to talk about the process of going from an idea to a published book. This is Swim Jim. It's a book coming out with Paula Wiseman Books, Simon Schuster, next month, May 2022. And, this was quite the journey, but I want to talk about dummy books today. So for me, writing the book is something that I do early on in the process. And it usually isn't like a totally figured out manuscript before I start doing dummy booking, just because I am a writer and illustrator. And I find that going back and forth between the writing and the illustrations helps me work out plot points that I wouldn't necessarily be able to figure out if I was just doing one or the other. One of the advantages of being an illustrator is that you're not just telling stories with words, you're telling stories with images. So when you're in this process, you can go back and forth between what is it that I want to tell in art and what do I want to tell in words. Once I have a pretty good idea of what the story is, I'm going to paginate. So I'm going to break these pages up into where I think these words are going to go on each page. And then I'm going to go through my book collection and decide what size do I want the book to be. And once I have that figured out, then I'm going to make a template for myself that is in the correct scale for the book. If you don't have it to scale and then you blow it up to full size, it's going to be really hard to fix your composition later on. So this is a thumbnail dummy book. And you'll notice this is really, really, really messy. I am really just thinking about what story points are going to go on each page. And I'm also thinking about composition and how the eye is flowing through each of those pages. Going any tighter than this early on is going to keep me from finishing. So I just keep it as loose as possible. From here, I'm usually going to take it into Photoshop and start tightening up those drawings. This is still pretty loose, but you can actually tell what's going on in each of these pages. And then this completed dummy book is going to be created into a PDF that I can send to an agent, into an editor, for them to take a look and decide that this is a book that they want to work on with me. If you've already worked with the editor, they're going to trust that you're going to be able to take the art to finish. But if you haven't, then you want to have tighter line drawings than this, like coloring book. And a lot of things change, but the heart is still there.